Spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your sets. Guess what time it is? It's Sunday. You know what that means. We are live on the air. It's the OTTR and Hardcore Sports Network bringing you the Wrestling Asylum. That's Gunnar Mooney. You know me. E to the J to the OG. Eric the Joker. But folks, do us that big favor. You know what time it is. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified. Telegram, Baby Mama, Google Plus, your sister's ass, Pony Express, fuck FedEx, what can Brown do for you, and fuck the Postal Service. Now, Gunnar, it is good to see you. We're back. It's season 9. Tell everybody at home before we get to paying the bills, what's been going on, brother? What the hell you been doing?
Man, brother, we all back. Wrestling Asylum's back, baby. Here we go. But you asked what I've been up to. Man, I've been on the road. Man. I was telling you off air, your boy's been helping out. Got the opportunity to help out with GCW a few weeks ago when they were up in Manchester, New Hampshire. Lovely experience. Thank you, GCW, for that experience. I've been all up and down the road, man. I've been debuting at new promotions, with Cletus and myself. We've been going all over lately, and we're picking up some steam, brother. We're picking up some steam. We're going to see where certain things lie. We're going to be making returns. We got Supernova on the way. Shout out to Shiz for that. And we got so much more on the pike. I can't get into details of some of those, but you're going to have to stay tuned to see what's going on.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. One half of Camo Country's been busy this summer. Yours truly, well, as you can tell by the background, both me and the back behind us, somebody's been a little busy doing another remodel. Shout out to my boy Joel here in Dallas for helping me out with this. So if he sees this, buddy boy, I love you. I thank you for it. I've been down in Dallas for a majority of the summer, seeing friends, visiting with family, heading back up. Like we talked about off air, some things need to, go down, and then I have to do the other piece of business. But folks, before we get underway, I got to tell you what's going on the program today. Today, Gunnar and I are going to break down all of SummerSlam Night 1, Night 2. After the quick break, we will travel back in time. We're going to go to SummerSlam 2007. And, Booker T was on this, being a self-proclaimed king after the King of the Ring. And he tried to impose his will. And weeks going into SummerSlam 2007, well, he tried to fuck with Jerry the King Lawler. And the King, meaning Jerry, told Booker, well, you can lay claim to it. But if you want to make that claim, you got to face this man first. They had the technology. They rebuilt him. The true king of kings. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about when it comes to professional wrestling. The game Triple H would return after committing the same injury that he had made 6 years earlier, but it was to his other knee. And then over the summer, Gunner, we're going to talk about, you want to know what really grinds our gears? I hope you guys like how that remodel turned out. But let's get to paying us the bills, shall we?
Do it.
Okay. Don't forget, check out the Linktree/shop, the Top Ropes Podcast. This has the links for everything. The Pod Mop Men, us truly, Blackheart's Angels, all the places where you can find us and get some merch. And there's going to be some new merch coming real soon. I got that in the works. I ain't going to tell you all the secrets. Shout out to our brand ambassadors, W Energy, plenty of flavors, Kick the Coffee Habit, OTTTR Mob with the promo code. Get 10% off your first order. Also, it's still summer and it's still hot as hell down here. Make sure you look good at the cookout, the barbecue, the club, the pool party, the lake party, whatever. Okasi Clothing and Habits 365. They'll hook you up. And if you're not down with that, well, you're going to look like a bum on the street corner trying to get a $50 hooker. What the fuck's wrong with you? And don't forget, if you're still kicking the coffee habit, our other friends over at Swift Energy, they got some good flavors. And guess what? I'm having some right now. And don't forget, go to bonfire.com/store/off the top ropes network. You got the Pod Mob gear. You got the Black Hearts Angels gear. You got hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, clogs, jogs. You got coffee mugs. I need more coffee. Heck, we got tanks. Hell, for all we know, there could be booty shorts for the ladies and we wouldn't even know about it. Go check it out and find out. And of course, you got us right here from the Asylum. You got the retro look, season 2, up to last season. And I have a funny feeling in the weeks ahead, well, you're all just going to have to wait and find out just exactly what we got cooking. But Gunner, we are back. It is good. And, you know, we've had a lot happen over the summer. But before we get underway, we need to take a brief moment. Earlier this past week, professional wrestling lost an icon, a legend. He was one of the early NWA World Heavyweight Champions. He was the brother of one Terry Funk. So for that brief moment, let's take a moment to pause for the late Dory Funk. Rest in peace. And I know those two are calling Dusty an egg-sucking dog once again. Oh, the leader of the Hardcore Sports Network, Mitch, is in the house. Morning, Mitch. It's good to be back.
Morning,
good to see you,
buddy.
my friend. But, Gunner, we have a lot that happened, but nothing beat both nights of SummerSlam. I'm going to break down the entire card, and then we're going to get into it. You ready to go?
Let's go, big guy.
3. And after the match, Brock returned to the ring and he formally passed the torch and crowned Oba the next big thing. And the following Monday, this past Monday morning, he came on Pat McAfee's show. So all you fucking asshole, bumfuck, dirt sheet, twinkle toad, cum bucket, jizz stain, can't get pussy, IWC having asses.
Come on, you really feel, buddy?
Yep. You ain't shit. Saying, oh, Brock will be back by the Rumble. You heard it from his own fucking lips. I'm done. He formally retired. If you can't get that through your head, again, IWC troll. You ain't shit. And that's all I got to say about that. But let's break down the whole card, Gunner. Let's start with the opening match between Liv and Io. What were your thoughts? What did you think about it? You wrestle in the ring. What did you think was good? What did you think they should have done? Are you getting sick and tired of the Judgment Day and the constant outside interference? Because that's getting too cliche and stereotypical.
Well, let me talk about that because you brought that up. It's definitely starting to feel a little bit like the original run of the Bloodline, where towards the end of that initial start of the Bloodline, it was you just see Roman Reigns and 5 guys against whoever he's going against. So yeah, it's getting a little overdone to have the Judgment Day constantly be used to interfere in Liv's match. But as far as the match goes, I actually have it on right now just as a little refresher for it. And well, that's what happens when you move in. By the way, guys, we are officially into this house, so we're living in this house now. It's not just a bag of bones getting wait to be fixed. But yeah, I threw it on because I was like, all right, we'll have this on as background just in case I need a little refresher. But as I'm going on, as you were doing the recap, I'm watching this and I'm going, you know what? These ladies really pulled off a lot of good stuff. I did really like, I want to shout out to the, the Wings Choice idea that they did where they let fans pick out Liv's gear. I thought that was a really unique idea and I hope to see more of that. I feel like that's something they could capitalize on more. Maybe not at a Money in the Bank or something, but definitely for like a Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Let fans have some fun with that. But yeah, man, all in all, I thought this match was really good. I was a little shocked, even though, yes, the interference was going to be happening, but I was a little shocked Io did not win the title. I really thought it was going to be her time for the World Championship. But we'll see what happens with Liv. Maybe we're waiting on somebody from NXT to take it off of her. I don't know. We're gonna have to.
I think we got teased on Raw with where that's going.
I haven't seen Raw yet, so I want to know.
Well, I think we're gonna get teased with either Becky Lynch or Stephanie Vaquer returned on Raw and put boot to ass, as it were. So, Liv Morgan, you ain't
I put
shit.
my money on Stephanie, to be honest with you.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll put so Liv, after the bullshit you just pulled in AAA.
Like, what do you say fuck me for?
Not with a 10-foot koala's dick, okay? Now, the 6-man tag, I'm going to say this. If fans can't get fucking behind the way that Solo has naturally matured into the babyface we've all known he could become, I don't know what the fuck you're missing, because I'll say this. He reminds me of how The Rock was born. You had to hate his fucking guts. Look what happened over the last 4+ years. You've become to love him. And the way they set it up was perfect. And then he's doing the run it back against Jay. And then the hug with LA Knight. solidified it. I'm sitting there fucking going, oh, this ought to be interesting.
I popped big time when he did that. When I saw him do that, I'm like, no, he's not hitting that on his brother.
When he did like this, and I'm going, no, it's just me who's started dying. But what I really knew that he was turning when he had come back weeks ago. He was doing the bloodline thing and he had his finger in the air. Okay. And he went like this. And he had that grin. I went, it's over now. Boom! Samoan spike. I knew it. And breaking news earlier. It has been revealed. Zilla Fatu is done in HOG. And I suspect he's coming to bitch slap some sense into his brother Jacob. Or he has one little nugget to deal with first. The revolution is televised. An old rival in Ricky's Saints. So we'll see what happens with Zilla. But this was a fun 6-man tag. There was no outside interference. It flowed. Everybody had a good time. You knew they were enjoying themselves. But to see Solo, how do I want to put this? To see Solo at the end hug LA Knight and
Yeet. Yeah.
that went a 180. Was like, whoa, wait a second. What the fuck is this? Where did I wake up? It was perfect. The funniest part about it wasn't just the whole run it back. It was the way Solo got to where he is. If you're sleeping on Solo Sikoa as a babyface, I know what the fuck you're on. But you better start paying attention. Look at the hair. Look at the mic skills. He has it. Now it's time to be patient.
And guys, this is something that's been building with Solo for what, Eric? Like the last year and a half with him? Because he started already
At least
being
two.
At least two, yeah.
At least two. Because remember, it was after Cody beat Roman at Mania 40 that he took the Ulafala, he took over the family, and it wasn't until SummerSlam that year when he went to challenge that Roman had come back as the OTC. Because that's when it had to, that's when it had to get ugly. Because most of last year, what happened? Roman wasn't chasing Cody. We had somebody retiring. That took precedence. We are going to take a look in a couple of weeks, folks. We're going to take a look back at the disaster that was the John Cena heel turn. And trust me,
even John said it was a disaster.
Your boy may or may not, for the longtime viewer. Yeah, that other ego of mine. Yeah, that motherfucker got something he won't say, and what? Oh shit, not again.
Oh God, he's coming out.
Hold that thought. Anyway, I do agree with you. It's been going at least almost 2 years. But Gunnar, when you think about it, look at the way it's progressed. It's progressed naturally. I ask you this. Was it ever forced down anybody's throat? Wink, wink.
No, I'm gonna say no to that. Because again, you said it was naturally. Solo has naturally started to become more, I'm gonna say, goofy. And he's been entertaining with it. Even as a heel, people were starting to go, oh, you know what? Solo's kind of funny, actually. I agree with Eric. If you're going to sleep on Solo, you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
You're really not. Solo right now could be a very entertaining. He could be. Now, I understand that people are starting to have a little discourse with Danhausen, but he could be as fun as Danhausen, but he could still whip ass. And if you got, and I'm also going to bring up Danhausen. I know we're going to talk about Night 2 a little bit later on, but if y'all are trying to talk shit about Danhausen, you're not paying attention. Exactly.
I have my reason for what I'm going to say about Danhausen later. It's not in a mean way or a negative way. It's logical in the back of my mind. When I explain it, you'll kind of be like, oh, okay, that makes somewhat sense. But then, oh man, I have waited like a puberty-ridden teenager for this for almost 7 fucking years. 3 years ago, he showed up as the general manager of SmackDown. Gunner for weeks pissed him off and got up in his shit. You summoned the one persona. I went, this motherfucker shows up as this man in WWE. These fans are not going to fucking realize how talented he is because who he learned from. Folks, Gunner may have tapped him out.
I didn't tap him out. Gunther did.
Not you.
You said Gunner. That's what I'm saying.
I know. Fucking with you. Even though Gunther tapped him out, one thing is for sure. When the national treasure wrestles, you pay the fuck attention. I have said this to fans for years. Do not underestimate Nick Aldis in the ring. When your teacher is the 7-time NWA heavyweight champion of the world, the King Harley Race, hi, you might want to pay the fuck attention.
Just a little bit.
Just a nip. Wait, Jack Black. Just a nip. Wait. I'm only going to show up.
Whoa. Hey, we got paid for the rest, bro. You can't get that out for free.
No, you got to pay extra for that shit.
Follow Eric's OnlyFans, guys. He's got one probably hiding somewhere.
Great. I'm going to, no, I'll go work the corner. Fuck that. I'll make 10 cents more and won't have to declare it because it's all again. But no, he came out to Oasis. I literally fell off my couch when I heard it. And Gunner, I don't know if you heard when you were listening to the call, but when Wade Barrett's talking about that, he sounded like he was entering puberty and his balls dropped again. I about died.
It was amazing. I don't think I've ever heard Wade Barrett get that excited. Now, granted, it's British men with British men. We're supporting our fellow countrymen. But the high pitch that Wade got with that call, amazing. Simply amazing.
I mean, at one point, I'm sitting there going, we might as well have this.
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo!
I mean, the fact that it's Oasis, of all fucking artists, of all of them, the fact that they pulled that off, I went, Holy shit. I was shocked as hell. Now, mind you, this was old school wrestling technical style, and the fans were, no fans were chanting, "This is boring."
They were eating it up like it was going out of style.
And here's the shit kicker. They fucking knew who he is.
The pop for Aldis was amazing.
That pop, when he walked out, I knew, oh, fuck. This is the test for Hunter to hear something. And he got exactly what he was looking for. Do not be shocked, folks, if Nick Aldis gets back in that ring.
And I sincerely hope he does. I would really be remiss if he left the general manager position because he's been doing a phenomenal job. He's probably in the early times he's been doing the GM role. He might be a top 5 GM individual. You know what I'm saying?
Well, since you brought that up, because we're going to shift to after night 1 and night 2 shortly. Let's just say that particular scenario, if he were to do that, there is only one man on that roster that I trust to step into it.
Who would that be, my good friend?
Triple H's consigliere. Who am I?
Glorious.
No,
not Glorious.
Mm-mm.
I would have put Bobby Roode there.
Not Bobby Roode. I'll give you a hint. 3 letters, 1 promotion. ECW.
Oh, you're thinking Heyman?
Yes, because he's done it before.
That's true. What was that? 2002 he was the GM?
2002 to 2000. Well, late 2000. No, 2003 to 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, KB's right. KB is right, but here's the rub. There's still one more thing Mr. Aldis has to do. And he has a rubber match. He is still fucking owed by one American Nightmare.
If they could pull that off in WWE, that would be amazing. Okay. No title, though. I don't want no title involved.
No, we don't
that
need
rubber
it.
match.
What, you don't need it. I
Yeah.
agree. You don't fucking need it. I've said that forever.
You know how the booking committee may go. They may put a title on it just to add stakes. There's no stakes that need to be had for that match. The stakes are already there.
Now, okay, before we get into the 6-woman tag, in closing for Nick, getting the standing ovation with the wife and his kid. Shout out to the Mrs. Mickey James. I digress. I think it's safe to say myself and others, alongside having the likes of Lita and Trish and Beth Phoenix, yeah, our balls all kind of sort of descended during those younger years. We entered puberty at the right moment.
I do.
But anyway, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so overall, this wasn't just a good match to me. This was the test Hunter needed to see, because now Hunter, I bet you, was in the back of his mind going, how do I play with this?
There are many ways he can play with this.
He has so many routes now to take. It's going to be perfect. Now, mind you, after the match, he went to honor his word. I was impressed that made me go, okay, maybe this was his way of saying I'm done. You know, I'm hanging it up. This is what I wanted, even though it wasn't the outcome, blah, blah, blah. I got to have a moment, all that shit. When Hunter said, I respect what you did, why you stood up what you stood up for, and took that resignation letter and ripped it and said, you're reinstated and I'll see you Friday. Let's get back to work. The grin on Nick's face had me going, oh, this motherfucker's got something cooking in the back of his head. There's now a different path to go. There's some fresh ideas that he's going to get involved in that you're going to be sitting there going, okay, I like where we're going with this. Let's go here. Now comes 6-woman tag. All I'm going to say is, and this is not any fault, the following 4 women are not at fault for this. Paige is not at fault.
Nope.
All 3 members of Fatal Influence are not at fault.
Nope.
Nikki and Brie Bella. Steaming crap. The biggest steaming pile of monkey shit that has ever been flung over God's green earth. There is a reason us hardcore, long-time professional wrestling fans are glad women got more opportunities now, because during the Divas, or as I call it, the tramp stamp belt era, these 2 women were the personification. I gotta go take a shit break during the show. Now, you could have been in the arena, they would come out and go, hey, excuse me, I go take a shit, go take a leak, go to concessions, go to the merch stand.
I would have.
Witnessed it. I actually would hear it. Fuck, I'll admit it. I actually did it. Okay? Because guess what? No offense. No matter how hard she tried to polish a turd, it's still a fucking turd. Okay? Paige, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, Bailey, and all of them after turned the women's division around. Nikki, the only reason you're back is you need a fucking payday. Brie, I don't know why you didn't stay home and continue to be a mom. You didn't need to do this. Then again, you're just jealous because your husband's a better performer than you. Ooh, I bet the IWC is going to eat my lunch for this. Stick that up your ass.
Listen, I'm going to give...
You will never see Paul Heyman hand his letter over, and you will never see Paul Levesque hand his letter over, KB. Paul Levesque, you're going to have to kill me.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. And I know what he meant by it. But Fatal Influence picking up the victory, that was logical. If you were going to have the fucking heel turn, you should have waited till Brie wasn't fucking hurt. I knew the minute she got hurt in the match, I'm like, that's it. She's gone 6 months minimum. And I went, if Paige takes the pin, they're going to fuck her right out the gate. I knew it.
Yeah.
I fucking knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stupid. I know you're not stupid. You can't, and Gunnar, I'm going to propose this. How could you not, watching that match, not sit there and go, okay, if they bury Fatal Influence tonight, you just shit the whole bed in one shot.
Oh, it was dead obvious. Dead obvious. Amazing.
You know why I'm laughing, right?
No, why are you laughing, buddy?
That comment from KB, I think you know exactly where I'm going to go.
I think I got a hunch, but go ahead.
You really want me to go there?
I think you should, buddy. I think you should.
Okay. Don't say I did not warn you all. Okay. First and foremost, Stephanie McMahon has now entered what we call the thick / muffin top MILF cougar category. So he may not be hitting it right. So Stephanie might be looking for some young meat. That's part one. Part number two. We now have reason to believe that Hunter is going on a hunt for that young. And I can't believe I'm about to say this. Young. I'm trying to lose my shit %. I'm going to go to hell. If I get canceled, fuck you. You can't cancel me. Kiss my ass. He looking for that young poo-tang pie meat. You understand what I'm saying? He looking for that young cooter meat, okay? He has a bunch of cooter shots under his bed, okay? He has a book of them. Nikki Bella, sweetheart, we know the best thing you're known for was knocking down the door to John Cena's bedroom. That's part one. Part two, this bullshit that we hear on social media that you are now being celibate again. Bitch, yeah, right. You selling that ass because these bills got to get paid, bitch. Nikki Bella, I'm amazed you have not had, I hate to bring it up, your Britney Spears getting out of the car moment yet. I mean, if you popped a titty, I think all of the IWC would not give one fuck. They'd be like, oh, look, a titty.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
They'd be looking, going, oh, look at nipple. We'd be getting flashbacks to the Super Bowl when Justin Timberlake pulled out Janet Jackson's milkshake and the whole fucking planet got offended. Give me a break. And speaking of that, I'm going to say this because I've waited a long time to say it. Folks, it's just a titty. You suck on them when you're born as a baby. Why does everybody get so scared? Like, oh, give me a fucking break. It's a titty. You know how guys like to scratch their balls? Women like to play with their balls. Our balls are in between our legs. Their balls are obstructing their own heart. We just have a much more funner time playing with them and looking at them. Thank you very much. This was brought to you by the letter T for titties.
Hey, Blue Chew, you need to sponsor us?
Yeah, Blue Chew. Hook a brother up, son.
There would have been a great transition right there. I'm just saying.
Exactly. But overall, I knew Paige was going to get fucked over at the end of it. As soon as she's hucking Nikki, come on. If that camera shot doesn't fucking make you look at it and go, oh my God, I'm seeing the John Cena heel turn all over again.
That's exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought.
We already had that shit. Mania 31. We had that shit. I do not want that rehash. For the love of all things holy. No.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that AJ's last match?
I think the audience is somewhat on crack today.
Probably. They missed us, buddy. I think that's what it is.
But overall, I'm like, my brain has not hurt that bad in a long time. Now, before we, lose sight of everything and keep talking about popping a titty, pop, dirty tit, and say, sick and tired of hearing all these people freaking out with the titty popping out. What you got to realize, you suck on it at birth. Get that nipple in your mouth and get some of that titty milk at birth. It doesn't matter whether big, small, or fat. All that matters is when you squeeze and just take a break.
We gone off the rails, y'all. We've gone off the rails.
I told
My bad.
you, folks.
I got him to do it.
I told you, folks. I'm taking you out a whole new door. You ain't seen nothing yet. But now, let's get into the WWE title defense. CM Punk defending against the American Nightmare. Okay. Solid match, start to finish.
Very
Cody
great
doesn't
match.
need the belt. Let him chase. That's part one. Part two, that I did not, and I'll say it for what it is. I didn't see it coming. I did not see Randy coming.
I did not either.
When he came out and hit that RKO, and then he goes,
Wink.
wink, and leaves, in the back of my mind, I went, okay. In the back of my head, I went, if this goes where I think it's about to go, now we got something special. And the comment that Cody made Friday on SmackDown was, there's no legends left but you. So my question is, who kills you? If this wasn't the catalyst for what's coming, if they're going to turn him, you better go full black hair. Let him be Bullet Club heel Cody. Let him be ROH heel. When he came up with the idea for the Ring of Honor ring, which then in turn came out into the idea for the AEW Dynamite ring. So in a way, Cody, thank you. But overall, back and forth, solid match. You had all the elements, everything together. The match was great. I think for me, I do understand why Punk would want to give him a rematch, because it was like, okay, I didn't get what I wanted the way I wanted it, but it added up. What'd you think?
I agree with you. The match was very solid. It was a great from bell to bell match. I did have one scary moment watching it, and that was when when Cody moved off the table. I thought for sure that was the one scary moment of that match, because I thought Punk got fucked with his landing.
The way he landed at one point, the back of my head started going, oh shit. If what I think happened, I guarantee you, because you know the ref's talking code on the headset. Whatever the code words would have been code for, Hunter, we're going to shift the belt. We have no choice. It's that bad.
Right.
The call. And I think that's when the ref would have gone to check on him and said, hey, Phil, listen, this is worse than we thought. We got to get the belt off you. You're in no condition. Don't get pissed. And yeah, Phil, to Punk's credit, probably would have gotten pissed. But yeah, so did I. No disrespect, Cody, but you need to chase for a while, buddy boy.
He really, I agree. As much as I love Cody being the champ and being the guy, it's time for you to take a step back a little bit. Pump the brakes a little bit on Cody.
Yeah. Oh, before we continue, by the way, for the 6 women tag, okay, so Paige and all 3 members of Fatal Influence, including one smoking hot JC Jane. Oh my God. That's beside the point. This match, I'm sorry, but because of the Bellas, and wash your nasty hands. But overall, yes, Gunner, I do concur with you on that. I think if he would have been fucked up, they would have shifted on the spot. They would have turned around and said, listen. They would have got on it. I think the referee on the headset would have said, Paul, he's hurt, and he's hurt bad. What do we do? I think at that point, Paul would have said, get the fucking belt off him. I'll do
right.
it.
And I know people are talking about the moonsault Punk did. Guys, when you're late into a match such as that, you're going to get what we call blown up.
Yeah.
So
and
don't
not
get
the good
Punk
kind
shit.
of blown up. And not the good kind of blown up, if you catch what I'm saying.
Right. This is you are trying to grab your breath. You know what I'm saying? And yes, as great as Punk's got in amazing shape over the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, KB, we're gonna get into night 2 shortly, and you're gonna hear a lot about what I gotta say about that. But Gunner, you said it. You just said it. Punk's gotten into retarded shape. Like stupid shape. This has to, Gunner, tell me if I'm wrong. This has to be the most, jacked he's looked.
This is the most jacked. So you even look at him during his indie days. His indie days were decent body shape, and then over the years in WWE, he probably had that. I don't want to say flabbiness, but the flabbiness.
Yeah, and then when he he had the infamous promo, it's where it all took a 180. And the rest they say is history.
But you guys got to understand, if you're going to talk shit about him messing up a moonsault, again, it looks simple as hell, but there's a lot of body mechanics to that move. If you're blown sky high, it's just going to go awry, bro. So I'm not going to fault Punk for having a bad moonsault. And I've seen guys on the indies that have incredible, in-ring cardio get a little blown up ski doing a damn moonsault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you guys can't. You IWC fans that think that because you're behind a keyboard makes you big and tough, and we'll get to grind my gears later on at the end of the show. But if you guys think you're safe behind a keyboard and you can say whatever the hell you want, how about this? Don't. Because your opinions don't really matter.
Exactly. Now, I liked the match. The finish was not what I was expecting. I expected Punk to retain, just not how it came out.
I could agree with that. I think I would have rather it be a after the match thing with Randy Orton returns. But I also get why Randy did it to cost Cody to win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same face on two different faces on the same coin kind of thing. It's whatever argument you could make out of it.
It's a two-sided coin.
Right. So
now,
it is what it is. We got what we got, but now we're gonna have some fun with Randy and Cody apparently. So
all right. Now it's time. Blood like I wanted, but that's okay. Because it was what happened after. I need a moment. Hang on. Will Smith has something he wants to let me tell you. Okay. So, side note before we get under this. Out of OVW from the class of 02, there were 5. We're now down to 2. Randy and Shelton. Cena's retired. Batista's retired. Brock Lesnar is now retired. Only leaves 2 left. And then the second best era since the Attitude Era will be over. But night 1, Minneapolis, Hell in the Cell. This solidified Obafemi. I will say this. I don't know if you saw it, but it was 2 key things from the match that made me go, oh shit, this is good. Brock rips the fucking mat up. Tombstones Oba, including this.
does the arms across the chest.
Yeah, basically mocks the Undertaker.
No homage to the Undertaker.
Or homage in this case. Oba kicks out at 1. Not 2, 1. The ref miscounted it, so they made it go 1 and then 2. And then fall from grace. If you look at the right angle, Brock's fucking laughing because guess what? Oba was supposed to put him through the boards. He didn't do it. He power bombed him right on the mat near it while he was covering. And that look on Brock's face looked reminiscent of the same style of laugh that Roman had when Cody beat him at Mania 40. That was as intense a fight as I've seen. I expected that to be some kind of blood because I had reports coming that morning, and it was both dirt. It was from dirt sheets to people at the arena and all this. Hunter was telling ESPN because they were concerned about, they know the history of Hell in the Cell, and their concern was, oh, fuck, if this gets bloody. And Hunter's exact words to all of them were, if you've got a fucking problem with it, you had better tell me now. Because he argued that for weeks.
And admittedly so, that match probably should have gotten bloody. Especially if you're going to rip the ring up.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. What happened after the match had everybody speechless. Because Brock's already letting Oba have his moment in the ring. He and Paul are all the way at the top. As soon as Brock turns and starts making his way, and I'm seeing him take the gloves off, my phone's blowing up going, oh shit, you called it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Everybody's thinking we're going back to SummerSlam 2016 where Brock took the gloves off against Randy and just fucked Randy up and busted him open. Didn't happen. He got in the ring. He didn't shake Oba's hand. He hugged him. And then he told everybody, for everyone watching this shit here tonight, I am the past. This is the future. He passed the torch openly. He gave Cody the rub saying, hey, you're ready. Go do it. After Mania 39, SummerSlam a couple years back. And then he does this. Everybody, including Heyman, said they didn't see that coming.
He also kind of gave the rub to Braun when he put the hat on. He kind of went, yeah, you can go.
He's done both. But it was what happened Monday on Raw that made me smile. It was this. Oba's getting ready to come in and talk to the fans in the arena. He thanks Heyman and asks Heyman to send his thanks to Brock. And he goes, congratulations. But it wasn't that. It's what happened during his confrontation with Heyman from one Braun Breaker that made me go, oh, fuck. Braun Breaker's in trouble. It was first the stare down with Oba as he was going to the back. It was when Braun asked where Oba was and said, oh, sorry, I thought you guys were friends. It was Paul Heyman's facial expressions that made me go, oh, fuck. Heyman's going to put Braun in his place. You don't need a beast anymore to do it. He can have a ruler put him in his place. he doesn't necessarily need Paul Heyman. Obafemi got the rub over the past year, better part of a year. From the time Royal Rumble till now has gotten the rub. You pair him with Paul Heyman, he becomes a fucking dynasty. Think about it. And here's the thing. Roman can't do shit because Oba's still got his title shot. So don't think for a minute that story ain't already starting to cook. All you need is the right moment to piss Heyman off. And Braun Breaker, I'm telling you, you're going to get your ass beat. As a fan who loves the stories and talking from the story aspect, I'm promising you, you get the shit kicked out of you. It's going to be fucking funny to watch. Because the story that will be told will be intense. Do you, Gunner, see Heyman calling upon one Oba?
I think it's a very strong possibility. It might be in the vein of him and Punk going, I need a favor. And that favor is Oba beating Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
But
agree.
I want to talk about the Hell in a Cell because you brought up the laugh that Brock did.
Mm-hmm.
As an in-ring performer and myself, I looked at it as this way. It may have been Brock's last match, but Oba being still relatively fresh. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. Oba's been in ring now for what? Better part of 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Probably didn't want to kill Brock Lesnar on his last night. Like, kill Brock. Because, guys, yeah, I'm telling you right now, as a performer, landing on those boards suck.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised he didn't get chokeslammed.
Either way, if he got chokeslammed onto it, if he got, the power bump on it, either way. But I really think because of Oba's rookie status, as popular as he may be, you guys got to remember he's only been doing it for 2 years.
Yeah, and he dominated in NXT.
Right. And again, he's going against a man such as Brock Lesnar. That is whether you love him or hate him, he is a legend of this business now. Bona fide Hall of Famer, probably going into next year.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Oba, I'm probably going, yeah, Brock wanted this, but I really don't want to take the chance on hurting him.
Nope, I agree.
So I'm going to do the safe option. Now, yeah, when you got the man, and I'm going to be graphic, but this is what a powerbomb is. When you got a man's balls in your face, you can't see shit.
Yeah, tell me.
So that could also play into it, where he thought he was in the right spot, but he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So don't fault Oba for either way. Now, going back to Oba and Breaker. Actually, I'd rather talk about Oba being world champion. Give it till the end of the year, if not this next summer. I'm saying it now. Oba will be champion by at least the Rumble.
Ooh, that's a fucking strong prediction. But I could see it. Overall, thought about night one, overall grade for it.
I thought night one was very, very good. I mean, I said earlier I got night one on right now, and guess what match I'm on? Aldis and Gunther.
Told you.
And I'm every now and then peeping up. I think we're at the finish right now because Gunther got Aldis in the sleeper hold.
Yep. If they would have let Aldis stitch in the cloverleaf in the middle of the ring, and all Aldis has to do is arch that way back and stitch that fucking thing and sit in deep. Everybody that said it's fake, fuck you. I've taken a slam in the ring. That's an insult to my co-host. That's an insult to everybody in the sport. And
All right,
yes, it is a sport because guess what, people? They do get hurt. So give me
all
a
right, guys.
fucking
I'm gonna
break.
let you in on a little something since Eric brought that up. I want you to understand what a wrestling really is. It is metal, it is wood, and probably about that much of padding. Ha! It's probably about that much of padding. Plus the canvas will add another like centimeter of padding to it. That's
Yeah.
all we bump on. They did a study, I think it was like 20, 30 years ago. Every time we get slammed and take a bump onto that canvas, it is equivalent to a 35-mile-an-hour car crash.
Yep.
Every single time.
Yeah, so guess what, folks? You want
It
to talk
hurts.
shit about fake? Fuck and you.
And KB, I see your comment. It could be WrestleMania. If it's WrestleMania, fuck yeah, let's go. Oba versus Roman
You know
at
what?
WrestleMania.
No. Don't go there, and I'll tell you why. You still have to use the King of the Ring. Remember, Royal Rumble is where if you go through with it by Survivor Series, that's one thing. But then you defeat the entire fucking purpose of the King of the Ring.
He's right.
So
I'll stick to my original statement then. By Royal Rumble, Oba will be world champion.
yeah, because guess what? Gunner, I think hell would freeze over because there's another big name podcaster who's kind of alluded to that.
Ooh.
Vince Russo.
Nah.
But we digress.
Side note, we were talking shit about Vince Russo last night. So
But
I was at a show last night, guys. It went great. And beforehand, yeah, we were talking shit about Vince Russo. So hi, Vince. How you doing?
We've talked shit about him on this show too, but I'm starting to. Once I saw the special for Jeff Jarrett and TNA, my eyes kind of opened and went, oh. So he wasn't completely to blame. Because then you were able to get more of that equation. And I know this is a side note, but it was more of a, oh shit. Cornette wasn't kidding. And now we know, oh, fuck. It's worse than we thought. So, not 100%, but he got 20% of my respect. Oh. But anyway, now let's dive in tonight too. Like you said, what did you thanks, Dad. Thanks, Pop. But what? So you said you gave it a solid for night one.
I give it a solid, 7.5 out of 10. I think night one was a very entertaining, very fun night. And a lot of the matches, again, I'm looking at Aldis and Gunther right now. That was probably one of the matches of the night.
It was
top 3, definitely. You got that match, Oba versus Brock, which is probably one of my now top 5 favorite Hell in a Cell matches because of how brutal those two went to war. Would I have liked a little bit of blood? Yeah, I would have liked a little bit of blood.
I expected it.
I was expecting it. If not Oba, I was expecting Brock to get bloody. Because you know how Brock is.
You don't see Brock get busted open that much.
Brock would have done it for Oba. If he's putting him over as big as he would, I think Brock would have got bloody.
Yeah, I can concur on that. For me, Nick Aldis Gunther was the top match of the night. The 6-man tag to see Solo finally get that full face turn the way it was supposed to happen naturally. And of course, the Hell in the Cell. We already know where I stand on the women. No disrespect to Fatal Influence or Paige, but the other 2 women involved, you're trash. Wait. Speaking of, I saw Stephen A here earlier. He had something to want to say about the Bella Twins.
They are trash. Horrible.
I mean, he's not wrong. But
Nope.
overall, if I had to give it a letter, I'd make it in a B plus, right around an 88 to a 90. So a B plus to an A minus, give or take. But night 2, holy shit. To kick things off, I didn't see what I saw coming. Night 2 had me go, holy shit. I did not see this coming. I almost pissed myself. To kick things off, we were supposed to have a number 1 contenders match. And then Nick Aldis, now reinstated as SmackDown GM. Wait, what? Made it a triple threat, but he said, I never said it would be just one person. It would be the next thing that shocked the world. The return of the prize fighter transformed this into a fatal 4-way. Yes, KO has returned and shocked the world by pinning his own best friend to now be the number 1 contender to face CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Trick Williams against the returning nomad himself, Baron Corbin, threw everything he got, but Little Yachty had to talk his shit, get put through a table. Baron used the belt, and Baron Corbin is the new U.S. champion. Loved his entrance, too, by the way. That was dope. And then the shock heard around the world. An interim women's title due to the injury of Rhea Ripley. And the shock of them all, Chelsea Green shocks the planet in pro wrestling, climbs to the top of the mountain, and is your new WWE Women's Champion. And then, oh my God, human money's on a pole. I swear I thought I was watching Viagra on a pole 2.0. Very nice and very evil. Shout out to Danhausen. Oh, Brad Williams, the comedian, was one of the Mini-Housens. So shout out to him. He's funny as fuck. This was beautiful. Penta defending the IC title against Chad Gable at home. And thank you. I have been waiting 2 years for that. Beautiful fucking match. Penta giving the flowers to both that night and on Raw. That was phenomenal. And then the main event that finally closed the chapter of the Shield once and for all. Yeah, tell me about it. Roman Reigns finally put the demons to rest. But it was after the match. The Shield era is over. With the fist bump in the middle and the mask of one John Moxley on the canvas in between them, it is official, folks. The era of the Shield is over. Night 2. I'm going to say this to kick it off. The minute Aldis came out and put Gunther in the back of my head, I go, you gave him the greatest moment. Now you're going to fucking turn him heel? That was my reaction. I'm screaming, go, what the fuck are you doing? What the hell? And then he said, wait a minute. I said I had one more, and I'm like, I'm expecting Randy. I'm expecting him to, something funny. And then I hear that riff. And I went, no, that's got to be a tease. They're teasing his return. You know what I mean?
Right.
When he walked out that curtain, I nearly fell off the couch. I'm like, holy fuck. I was in unreal shock. Because I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, this dude less than a few months ago said he may have to hang it up. And he's now back. He wins. I know a lot of people are pissed. Justice for Finn, all that shit. Hunter's trying to find something new. We're not saying Finn ain't capable of it. It's more of we need the right tango partner to have Finn pull it off. That's the problem. Because remember, he's had to go through shit with Roman, shit with Bray Wyatt, shit with Seth. Then he did the Judgment Day thing. There's still shit on the floor that has to get mopped up, thanks to the man that looked like Walt Disney from a 70s porno, aka Vince McMahon. But solid match. I'm not gonna lie. It was a solid fatal four-way. With the United States Championship and Baron Corbin now being back, I kind of suspected they're moving Trick to a lot of new shit. Oh, God, he looked great.
Looked amazing.
I think he lost, what, 30, 40 pounds?
Something like that, yeah.
Hey, just remember Stewie Griffin would find it for $1. Sorry, that episode was on the other day. I couldn't help that. Find your penis, $1. Find your penis, $1. Find your penis. Kaya goes, hey, you found my penis. Here's your $1, Stewie. I'm Stewie Griffin. I'm going to be kicking my dad's ass all day long. But I digress. Baron Corbin coming back. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm intrigued. He did quite well while he was gone, helping with Maple Leaf Pro, MLW, shit like that. I hope they don't fuck it up this time. As far as Trick Williams goes, he proved he can do it. Here's the dilemma. Get rid of Little Yanni. We don't need that.
Yeah, get rid of him.
I'm not saying that derogatorily or in a negative way. I'm saying it's time. Get rid of him. He doesn't need it. Trick doesn't need a hype man. He never did. Don't believe me? Go back and watch his whole shtick in NXT. First when he was partnered with Carmelo Hayes, and then when he took him one-on-one.
The only hype man Trick Williams need is Booker T.
Yeah. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I like it. Whoop. Yeah, man. That's
I like it.
Booker, and shout out to WWE Radio, even though they're not doing AEW related shit, but that's beside the point. Being able to listen to the call of the shows, including pay-per-view, if you can't watch it or you're not home, so that you don't miss it, they should have been doing that for 20 fucking years or more.
I agree.
So shout out to them for that. But overall, Baron Corbin picks up the W. It's no longer interim. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Charlotte, Lash Legend, and Chelsea Green duke it out in the ladder match. That was one of the moments of the night to me. We do now know that she did have an orbital break during her match this past Friday. So I'm expecting a, just like The Undertaker, hard mask if she's going to continue, because you just fucking gave her the belt.
Right. And we can't give an interim champion.
Yeah, that would, no, she's not interim. They removed it because Rhea had to have the knee brace. Rhea had knee surgery. She announced it. So Hunter I think in his infinite mind, which I got to give him credit for, looked at it and went, okay, fuck it. Screw this. Get rid of the interim label right now. So, I bet you in the back of his head, that was the first thing that entered his fucking brain.
Probably.
I would not.
Hunter's a smart man, so I wouldn't be shocked if he went, yeah, we're dropping the interim part.
And he did. He fucking did. And that was what was so beautiful is he really had the guts to drop that because he was probably looking at it going, Rhea's going to be out for quite a while. I need a champion. I'm not making it interim. Fuck that. And I bet he went to Nick Khan and told the others, sorry, I'm removing interim. Rhea's going to be out. I don't know how long. And shout out to her husband, Buddy Murphy, a.k.a. Buddy Matthews, because guess what? He just got the go-ahead and posted one cryptic tweet. AEW, you fit there yet. Learn today. Once that man's ready to go, you really turn him loose and let him stay up. But for Chelsea Green to have her moment and then stick it up Michael Hayes' craw, that was great. Road Dogg knew. Road Dogg fucking knew what I have known. It isn't, we know she's good in the ring. She found her character that gets fans invested. That's what we've been waiting for. And now she's got it. Let's see what she comes up with. Because that's going to be very fucking intriguing.
I agree.
And
I just want to say I called it. I went with the underdog on that match. I went, nah, they're going to give it to Chelsea.
I prayed it was Chelsea because I'll tell you right now, if it would have been Lash, I'm not saying Lash isn't bad, but she would have not been ready.
I honestly, if it wasn't Chelsea, I said it was going to be Jade.
If it would have been Jade, the IWC for a fact would have gone ballistic.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I said...
Finish your thought. Go ahead.
I was talking to my little brother when we were talking about SummerSlam, and I was like, my overall pick would be Chelsea, but I think it's really going to go to Jade because they like Jade Cargill right now. Look where she's getting pushed in, bro. She's got the thing with Charlotte now. She's going into the title matches still. They still have an eye on her.
Yeah, but she's not doing what she needs to.
That's because of look where she was.
I'm not talking about that. She needs to be in NXT getting reps. She ain't. She fucked up 3 times Friday night with Charlotte. 3 times. Everybody saw it. You can't do that. Okay? Here's the other thing. Jade's first title run, it doesn't matter who it is in the pod mob. They'll all tell you she sucked. Okay? Even Stephen A was looking at this like, I don't need this bullshit. She may be tough, but her character is just... Jade's rehashing what she did in AEW as a slight to Tony Khan. Guess what? If you're going to do that, take heed from what just happened not that long ago from Jack Swagger and Power Slap. He got knocked the fuck out, and somebody made a meme with Will Smith saying, keep, and it goes, Tony Khan's name out your fucking mouth, and he just got bit flat down. Okay?
But in fairness, at least he got slapped out by another wrestler.
No, this was a Power Slap guy.
That's what I'm saying. No, the Power Slap, the guy that he faced was a former pro wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I think he was a TNA guy.
Oh, shit. Damn. Well, in that case, Roman?
So I believe the man that knocked out Jack was a former TNA guy, but it came out that he was a former pro wrestler. I don't think he's in the business no more.
Ah, okay. But damn, that was funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I will not lie about it. Human monies on a pole.
Yes, human monies.
My brain right now is trying very hard not to go like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. Human monies on a pole. Okay, great appearance by Joe Hendry in the mini houses to deal with JD McDonough and whatnot. I had no beef with that. I thought it was great.
And again, shout out to Brad Williams. Love you.
Shout out to Brad Williams too as a mini housing. That was awesome. Here's the issue I have. Why did this feel like a fucking Viagra on a pole match from WCW in 2000?
Simple. It's because it's one of the most hokiest wrestling matches you can do. Now, yes, does it fit the Danhausen character?
Yes and
it
no.
does.
You could have had Danhausen actually wrestle and
You
really
could have.
pick up the upset.
But for the comedic style that he does, it made sense for him to go, you know what, we're having a pole on a pole match.
Yeah, that part I understood. But I'm going, human monies? And then you're seeing Danhausen dollars. I'm sitting there going, you should have just stuffed it with a bunch of 50s and 20s and called it.
There was ones in there.
What are you going to do? Go to the titty bar with those?
Yeah. But no, I saw one shot. I think a kid had a whole bunch of them, and I saw dollar bills in the bundle. It wasn't just Danhausen money.
Oh, okay. So there was, okay.
There was legitimate bills in there.
Well, apparently there's a $1 trillion bill in there. So guess what? We can get a couple of those from Danhausen. We'll pay off the national debt in no time.
Screw that. I'm just keeping it for myself, brother.
Hey, so am I. Hey, we'll match with Elon Musk then.
Hey, Elon, want to give me some money, bro?
Yeah. Hey, want to help us get a sponsorship by Blue Chew?
Blue Chew, we need you.
Blue Chew, if you won't sponsor this show, you are. Well, we can't do it because they kind of have the counter to the curse because it goes from. Never mind. You know where I'm going to go with that.
Blue Chew, this is why we need a sponsor. Y'all tag Blue Chew, say, hey, sponsor these guys.
Yeah, because guess what? Hey, ladies, if your guy is having issues in the bedroom, you can't seem to help him get it up. Viagra, forget it. Cialis, forget it. Give him the discreet, chewable, boner-giving pill, simply known as Blue Chew. Blue Chew will help you get an erection and last longer in the bedroom. Ladies, you're going to love Blue Chew, and your man's going to love it too. Because you're going to last longer. There's going to be a lot more sex. Well, there's a lot more giggity where the goo will be coming from. So make sure you go check out with your doctor. Make sure Blue Chew will be right for you. Because, you know, if you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you might want to consult a doctor. Or you might want to get a threesome going so that you can get rid of that sucker before this gets worse. Before it gets better. So
Yes.
Very nice. Wait, very nice. Very titties. Very nice. Very titties.
Blue Chew, we need you.
Titties. Okay. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to the doctor, fellas, and make sure Blue Chew works best. And remember, folks, if you have a boner lasting more than 4 hours, consult a physician immediately. Otherwise, yeah, you're just going to be spanking it, and it may not go down for, yeah, it could end up fucking your heart up. You're like, oh my God. What
Hey,
happened
listen,
to
that's a one-way ticket to Valhalla, man. So I'm just saying.
What happened to Clayton? Well, he tried some of that Niagara. Oh, you mean Viagra? Yeah, what happened? They had a handle to carry him to his casket with. You should have seen his wife, Amber. I didn't know she got freaky like that. So make sure you do your due diligence before you use Blue Chew. Blue Chew, thank you for sponsoring this show. Hopefully. But anyway, back to the rest of this because we got to get moving. We can't help it. Penta doing the honors for Chad Gable in Chad's hometown. The journey that man has gone. Beautiful. Finally got what I knew he was always capable of. Seth and Roman. Hell of a great match. It's the end of an era. The Shield book is officially closed. Mox is doing great, doing his thing in AEW. One other thing when it comes to that. To the IWC, I'm going to take the center stage for half a second. To the IWC, I'm going to make this abundantly clear because most of you probably don't like to fucking do this 4-letter word, which is called read. Go buy Jon Moxley's autobiography. He flat out says, fuck Kevin Dunn, fuck WWE for pushing him away. He is not coming back unless it's the Hall of Fame. Keyword. If. Unless it is for the Hall of Fame, Jon Moxley is not coming back. Oh, God!
Yeah, I'm gonna need some context on that, Eric, but I'm assuming that's a very well-known one.
Yep, I have a hunch. And KB would probably be right. But folks, to the IWC, read my lips. He's not coming back. Get over it. You tribalistic dumb fucks who don't use your brain, who are on one side or the other, but don't do what guys like me and Gutter and Shiz and Warren and everybody else in our network does when it comes to this, and looks at the broader, more open picture of every fucking major promotion globally, I might add. So make no mistake, unless it's the Hall of Fame, he has made it abundantly clear. Fuck the WWE. That ain't a slight at what Seth and Roman have done. That ain't a slight at what's going on now. When you got the old fart looking like a porno star off of Temu, pushing the shittiest dumb creative on the planet for him. I mean, shit, Roman's expression says it best. Roman was like, ugh, and I had to deal with the suffering succotash dog food crap. Christ. Guess what? Get over it, live with it. I think it was a brilliant way they closed the chapter. I think that fact that Roman didn't use the chair was perfect. The best part about that match for night 2 for me, which made it one of my top matches of the night, purely one-on-one. Nobody interfered. That was what I was waiting for. The one time there was no bloodline interference. It was straight one-on-one. Overall, night 2, A minus. I would have given it a B, but after you said the thing about Danhausen and Dom Mysterio, human money's on a pole, I kind of saw and it made sense.
I'll give
Gun-
it your rating because I think both nights of SummerSlam were pretty solid nights overall.
Overall, for SummerSlam, I'd say an A minus.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There were, I mean, there's things you can work on. So overall, A minus. Gunner, let's go back to the start of night 2. What was your first reaction when it first looked like it was going to be a triple threat?
Similar to what you said. Why are you putting Gunther? Why are you giving him a handout? But then when he swapped it and said, "Hey, I didn't say it was just a triple threat. We have one more." And again, similar to you, I wasn't thinking KO. I was thinking literally anybody else.
I thought it would have been Randy. I thought it could be Cody. I thought it could have been, somebody called up from NXT for all we knew.
That was probably where I was going. Was that it was a surprise NXT talent coming up, but then it was KO.
Or even somebody from AAA. Oh God. All I'm going to say right now, you ain't shit. Do not bring those two places up. I've done my research.
They are trash. Horrible.
Enough said. So overall, what did you think in general overall for night 2? So what was your reaction the moment KO's music hit?
I lost my shit because I didn't think he was gonna return. I literally thought he was gonna have to hang it up. To have the injury that he had and come back is insane. It's insane.
Exactly. And think about it. It almost mirrored whose neck injury from SummerSlam 97.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if that would have happened to Steve now. He'd have gone another 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
The level of rehab therapy and medical tech. But overall, I wasn't expecting it because weeks earlier, I forget who he was interviewing with, but he said there's a high probability he's got to call it. He's going to have to call it a career.
And what a career would have been if he had called it. Again, KO.
Regardless. He said he doesn't care if he's got 2 years left, and he said to the doctors and shit, on the post show, he's like, I told them all, I'd be careful. Fuck that. I'm giving you the fans everything I got. I loved Friday when he came out as Cody was making his way up. There was a moment, Cody handed him the mic, and they both just nodded at each other. It was that silent, hey, what's done is done, let it go, and off to the races. Thoughts about the U.S. title match?
Get rid of the furry U.S. title.
Oh, please do.
Worked for Trick. I get why we did it with Trick, but
I think that's coming. I think it's more of they're having to remake the belt.
scrap a replica out of the storage. They did for Chelsea. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Did you notice the stamp?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we can
I
do a
think they're waiting. I think they're waiting for the brand new one to be finished.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
if that's
breaking.
the case.
Breaking. August 28th, theaters. Legend of the White Dragon. Jason David Frank's final movie. Make sure you go check it out. We got to honor the White Ranger, folks.
Dang. All right.
So that's coming out towards the end of the summer. But back to your original point. Yeah, I noticed it too.
Yeah, it looked weird when Corbin won. Congrats to Corbin. Like, cool. I hope you have a long,
I hope they
prosperous
turn it
run.
into a badass looking belt for Corbin. Let's see what he comes up with.
Also, let's talk about that for a minute because I've been seeing a lot of talk about that. How do you feel about these custom made titles?
You know where it
Yes.
started.
It started with Daniel, didn't it? In recent years.
If you're gonna go back, custom belt started with one man, Smoking Skull,
Right.
and then it stopped until it stopped again, and then Bryan Danielson did it before Kofi Mania, and then since then, you had Naomi in the glowing belt, you had the caution belt, now Raquel has the icy belt wrapped with barbed wire on it,
Which I kind of dig, to be honest.
which if it's designed in a marketable yet effective representation of the person holding the title, then I dig it. Some of them, shit. Okay? And I'll say this. To this day, my one wish since we got the Smoking Skull belt, I wanted the Brahma Bull belt. God damn it. I saw that motherfucker. I wish we would have got it. But I digress. Overall, it has to fit marketably, but it has to fit the person and their character. If you just throw it together and it looks like shit, it's going to look like shit.
Right. And I'm kind of the same way. It's just got to look good. But if we're going to do a custom made for Baron, cool. Better look good.
Right.
I want a big wolf patch on it or something. Like, let's make it fun. But overall, all in all, with that match, wasn't a bad little match. We need to get a little yachty out of the wrestling business, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you guys got a country boy, and I don't like these rappers coming on it so often. Travis Scott looking at you.
Yeah, try to use it in a more effective way.
Right.
Like body yada 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 yada. Like, I don't want to hear that crap.
Right.
Okay. So, Chad Gable and Penta tore it up. I was happy. I was impressed. The fact you had the journey for Chad to go so far down the rabbit hole, starting last year. Then Chad's character goes to AAA, learns the art of the luchador. And now he's not only made his penance and an atonement for the other luchadors, including Rey Mysterio, but now he's going to duke it out against the guy that set him on that path. Dude, you can't fucking sit there and tell me that wasn't a great match.
It was an amazing match.
For Chad to pull that off, to sell the sacrifice arm breaker and still pull it off, and the minute he got Penta to the mat and locked that in and Penta had to tap, I went, ooh. I would have loved to have seen this in Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been insane. Overall, Seth and Roman, great way to close the chapter.
Great story that was told. The match was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And then, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little misty-eyed at the end with the fist bump and the symbolism for John Moxley.
Yep, me too.
I got a little misty-eyed because for the better part of the last decade, the Shield has been
more than a decade.
Yeah, more than a decade. It's been like the number one like underground story in WWE, and I say underground because of the last like undertones of the few years of it, where we'll have it tease, maybe take it away, tease it a little bit more, and as we saw this at SummerSlam, it was the last chapter. We can finally close the book on the Shield.
Yeah. So, I mean, both nights overall, great. I think the fact that Roman and Seth stayed 1-on-1, God, did that make my day.
It did. And you brought up Zilla earlier. I don't know if this is any true, but I saw something that Zilla was actually supposed to be involved in that match.
There was rumor, but he wasn't there yet.
Yeah, Roman shut it down, apparently, from what I've seen.
Yeah, he shot down any interference because he wanted this to be 1-on-1. The story part of it was no, this has to stay 1-on-1.
And it was a good call because what a match. What a story.
Absolutely. Anyway, and now we're hearing rumor that Rey Mysterio's son, Dom, and that is his real kid, folks, is pissed at his booking in WWE versus his booking in AAA. Get the fuck out of here. If he's so pissed, he'd already said, Dad, can we make this work? Go. Fuck, he'd have gone to the Undertaker in the back and talked to him. But folks, I know it's a little bit longer than we had, but we're talking night 1 and night 2, and there's a lot to dig into. So we're going to take a quick break. But when we get back, we're going to jump in the time machine because we got a second half coming. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to want to miss it because when we get back, I'm looking forward to unleashing my new grind my gears moment. I think you're going to like what you see. So stick around. But until then, go get your libation, your lunch break, your water, your piss break. We'll be back in about, I say 2 to 3 minutes. Stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hopefully you got a moment, had your libation, all that, because now, well, I think it's time we head back in time. The year is 2007. It is a SummerSlam theme. And well, it's funny because now it's time for you to see another element of the remodel. We are going to go into my analyze this segment, but for this, the year is 2007. It's at SummerSlam. The match, Booker T attempting to claim the throne of the WWE, but to do that, he has to defeat the returning real king, the Game, Triple H. So for those of you who don't already know, Triple H had torn his quad at the start of 2007 at New Year's Revolution in a tag match between DX and Randy Orton and Edge. He would tear the very same quadricep muscle, except it would be in his other leg like he did in 2001.
Few moments later.
So once again, he would repeat the injury from 2001, except this time he repeated it in his other knee. So for the better part of 7 months, Triple H was gone, surgery, rehab, we know the rap sheet. King Booker had tried to take the throne leading into SummerSlam, but it wasn't until Jerry the King Lawler revealed that the King of Kings was returning, and in a back and forth match between the two, Booker nearly had him, but it was one missed moonsault leg drop off the top where Hunter would capitalize and pick up the victory after a pedigree. Ladies and gentlemen, this was one of the best matches Triple H has had because he had battled Booker before, but it was the best way to write him back onto TV because it's the way they wrote his return. The hype videos, the vignettes. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. He will be faster, stronger, more powerful. Are you ready? And then that riff. Dun, dun, dun. Time to play the game. So, thank you. So in 2007, like I said, it was the very same fucking injury, except he did it to his other leg. I forget what point in the match he did it. The fact that he still finished the match, we all know how tough that is. And that's why everybody respects he's one tough bastard. But Gunnar, looking back at that match, what stood out to you about it? Because look who you got in the ring.
You got the best in WWE, arguably the best from WCW that became one of the best in WWE at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when you put the saying, it takes two to tango when it comes to wrestling. And when you got two guys that have done it before, what they made of that WrestleMania 19?
They were one of the matches at Mania 19, yes.
Yeah. So we saw glimpses of greatness with that match granted, it was a far less better storyline with slightly racial undertones. But the overall story of who is the king of WWE with King Booker versus the King of Kings, you really can't go wrong when it's Triple H versus Booker. And the match itself, you said it was phenomenal. To have a injury like Triple H had and be able to go again at such a high level.
To me, it was way more than that. All right. Because remember, Vince blew both quads in 05 at the Rumble. We know how that happened. We saw and experienced it live in real time. I mean, not live in the arena because I forget where it was in 2001 when he tore the first quad.
Wasn't it Worcester? I feel like that was a Worcester thing.
I think it was Worcester, but it was in that tag match. It was him and Austin, 2-man power trip against Benoit and Jericho. And he went to knock Jericho off Austin because he had him in the walls. And it's the way he pivoted his one leg and bang, that's how he tore it. Well, I forget what part of the match at New Year's Revolution that year, but it was the way, and I guarantee you, if he did it the way I think he did it, that's why he tore the other one. The fact that Hunter was able to, in 8 months, rehab it and get back in the ring and do this shit again, bro.
How long was he out for the original one? I forget. Was that over a year?
No, he was gone for nearly 9 months. He tore it in May of 2001. He came back the first Raw of the new year in 2002 at the Garden. So it was roughly 8 months. This one was 7 because he tore it early in January of 07. So technically 7 months.
Which is wild.
And he was doing double to triple rehabbing every day.
I listen, I understand doing that. I had to do that with my knee. And let me tell you guys, when you do rehab like the way Hunter probably did it way worse than I did. But when you got to do crazy rehab to get back in, it's a grind. Oh, it's a grind.
Oh, no. Like, put it this way, okay? He said he felt it roll all the way up this time. Yeah. The same thing. Think a Charlie horse, but torn.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Next victim. Thank you. Fuck you. Who's next?
No. Can I double it and pass it off to the next guy?
Exactly. This was a great match because it's the vignettes that hyped his return. It was the way that they built it because you had Booker trying to call himself the king. Then he goes after Jerry Lawler, and Lawler goes, motherfucker. I have that moniker. You still want it? Go right ahead. But if you really want to be a real king of kings, you motherfucker have one man that you cannot beat. And you can't beat him because you never can. That's why it was Triple H. Now, overall, it was a great pay-per-view, but the way they brought him back was perfect. That's the way that you do vignettes for a return. I know in this day and age, it's automatic gratification, blah, blah, blah. But the weeks leading up to SummerSlam, you just played it much more. And you had that aura of maybe he's teasing, maybe it's a tease that he doesn't come back till the night after or something. So that there were different elements that I loved. Overall, solid match. Those two tear it up. And like you said, the best of the WWE, the best that WCW had. We got a glimpse of it in 03 at Mania 19. And then about 4 years later, you nailed that on the head on that one, Gunther.
I think it's also because when you look at from 03 to 2007, Booker didn't come into his all in WWE. But once he started getting... What was that? So I think because he wasn't comfortable with the WWE programming, that's where it was kind of like you still saw kinks in the armor, if you will. But once the King Booker, he's already been in WWE and established for a number of years, 4 years, in fact. He got to the point where it's like, okay, we have the Booker from WCW days. And yeah, again, you put the best of any company, you put them together, they make magic most of the time. The only time it doesn't work is if you look at, like, you know, I don't know, Austin and Taker, because for whatever reason, they never gelled.
Well, Gunnar, you made a lot of good points, dude. There's no doubt about that. Now, let me ask you this. Had it been the other way around and Booker had gotten hurt and was making his way back, take away the King of the Kings bullshit, do you think it would have worked?
Not
You
as
think-
well.
I was going to say that I was thinking that too.
It could have worked. Don't get me wrong. It could have,
Mhm.
but not nearly as well, because if Booker wasn't doing the King Booker gimmick, like say it was just regular old Booker T, there wouldn't be that able to tell that story of like, hey, I'm calling myself the King in Booker, but I got to beat the guy that is the King. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to get there? I think that if it was just Triple H, if Triple H didn't get injured and it was on Booker, we could have done something, but I don't think it would have worked entirely like it did.
Right.
As long as it wasn't, you know, racially undertoned like how 2003 was.
Need we say more?
No.
But with that being said, I think it's now time that we leave that segment for the day. Just say that it was great. It's good to talk about it, but now it's time to really hash out what's happened this summer. What better way, folks, than to ask that very specific question? I think Peter Griffin went, you want to know what really grinds our gears? Gunnar, I'm going to let you start, good sir. So everybody at home, pay attention, because this is, you want to know what really grinds our gears this over the summer with pro wrestling? Have at it, Gunnar.
Oh, listen, I've been itching for this segment for the last 2-3 weeks. So we're gonna unload some things. First of all, I'm gonna do my normal spiel. Please control yourself at wrestling shows. I don't care how much alcohol you drink. Control yourself, control your children. Don't act a fool. You listen to the security. Listen to the security if there's security. Just please behave. Please. That being said, this also goes with online presence because I became a little victim of this. Do not do your dumb ass math when somebody's talking shit on the internet. What do I mean by that? I recently had a friend, decide to say some dumb stuff on the internet. And because I'm associated with him, I had idiots who do not read, do not get educated, go, hey, Gunner's a redneck. He must have the same views. I'm not the same person as him. Do not loop me in with his bullshit or anyone's bullshit. I am my own person. I have my own views. Eric, I'm sure he could agree with this. Don't do dumbass math. Okay?
Define dumbass math, good sir. What kind of math are you talking here?
I really don't want to, get politics with it, but if you're a liberal dumbass and you don't like fucking, country boys who may or may not support Trump, I'm not saying I'm just saying in general. Don't be calling me a misogynistic, racist asshole because you don't like how somebody else was commenting and you do dumbass math thinking that it's me or whoever.
Oh, wait. I'm going to give you back the spotlight. I just want to say something. Okay, in layman's terms, folks, we don't talk fucking politics around mixed company. It served us pretty well for nearly 30 fucking years. Capiche? Not her having.
Capiche? Capiche. So there's that. What else grinds my gears? Because I've been holding in a lot. Let's see. We got the behave yourselves. We were talking about being idiots on the fucking internet. Yeah, there's so many that I can't even get into the list. I've let go a lot of it because we haven't had this show for a few months. So screw me, I guess. But yeah, biggest, I'll just end it with that biggest thing. Stop being fucking idiots, y'all. Really. Stop being idiots, whether it's at a show, on the internet, you keyboard warriors, cut your crap. Your opinions don't matter. They really don't. Eric, I'm going to give it to you, buddy. I'll probably have more stuff next week.
Oh, so Gunner, we wanted to choose violence?
We want to choose violence.
Oh,
yeah.
give me 1 second. We're gonna choose violence. Okay.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
So they want violence? Okay. Hang on. We gonna fix their ass. Excuse me a second. I gotta see if the other guy's available.
Yeah, is he available?
Oh. They want violence, do they? Well. Where do we begin? First of all, Gunner's hit it right on the head. Control your fucking kids at shows. And don't do retarded math. Ooh, retard. Ooh. And there's a word. Are you offended? Hi. It's a fucking word. If you can take a joke, you could take some words. That's number one. Number two, there was a time in this country where we didn't talk politics or religion in front of mixed company. And it served us very fucking well. So, with this rumor of MySpace making a comeback.
Oh?
Yeah, that's being discussed. It's been all over the news lately.
I haven't seen that. This is the first time hearing it. Okay.
Okay. Guess what? Here's a thought. Okay. You fucking keyboard warriors, put your laptops, your iPads, your cell phones down and do something. It's 4 letters, 1 word, and it ain't yeet. It's read. Most of you don't know how to read a book. Most of you don't know how to write in cursive. Most of you have an opinion when you should know to shut the fuck up and take that cock-shaped bubble gum cotton candy looking blow pop out of your mouth and pay the fuck attention. Okay? People are allowed to have their opinions. You're not allowed to force it on anybody or say yours is right or wrong. For too long have we mixed politics in every aspect. Okay? I hear you keyboard warriors saying, oh, WWE is like Republicans because of this. Shut the fuck up. So a company did something with the current administration. Big fucking deal. You motherfuckers didn't bitch when, let's see, the man got her citizenship and met with the former president in the White House. We didn't complain. Again, quit fucking talking politics in front of mixed company. We won't have that problem. What else is grinding my gears is I love how a bunch of you keyboard warriors still have delusions of grandeur that John Moxley will return. Newsflash. Again, that 4-letter word called read. Go read his autobiography. And no, don't do it on the computer. Do yourself a favor. Get off your fat fuck, ramen eating lazy ass. Put away the porn. And go read it. I read it again for the 3rd time the other day. There were things I forgot about that were quite enlightening, mind you. Okay? What also grinds my gears is when members of the Death Riders actually fucking thought that Will Ospreay was going to do the whole plastic bag scene, and they were almost going to do that again like they did with Danielson, knowing how viewers were going to go down that route. And we all know that wasn't going to happen. What else breaks my gears? Oh. The fact that everybody got PO'd and offended that Christian Cage had the nerve for a clam slam kick to Marina Shafir. Yeah, I said it. Clam slam kick right into Marina Shafir's taint was fucking great. It was beautifully executed. Beautifully executed. All right. Here's another thing that grinds my gears. That piece of shit cocksucker Phil Mushnick. Gunner, I assume you know who that is.
I know who that is.
Phil Mushnick. That douchebag. That piece of shit bastard. Who nearly took this from us. Who openly admitted he was an FBI informant in the McMahon documentary series. Okay. Phil Mushnick, for those who are unfamiliar, brief version. He was basically a mainstream media writer with a horseshoe and getting his prostate tickled by the federal government to take down professional wrestling. Because it was getting mainstream, and apparently Vince McMahon was getting too big for his britches. So Mushnick tried to destroy the industry. Okay, so he helped in any way he could and championed for Vince to fall. Now, say what you want about the next name that comes out of my mouth. I fucking don't give a shit. But without Hulk Hogan, professional wrestling is dead. If he never testifies to protect Vince, we lose. Okay, so read my lips. Everything else, have at it. I'm fine with that. But you owe him one thank you. One. That's it. Rest of it, no love lost. I get it. But without Hulk Hogan defending Vince, we don't sit here today.
No.
Gunner's not here doing pro wrestling. I'm probably, in the ground because of this bad boy going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Literally. Because this is my biggest therapy and outlet. So guess what? Say what the fuck you want. You want to bitch? You want to call it fake? Fuck you. Take a slam, then you can speak. Till then, suck my big fat left nutsack. What also grinds my gears is justice for Sammy. Not justice for Finn Balor, damn it. because he has deserved a run as world champion. He hasn't even been given one. He had one, got hurt. Thanks a lot, Seth. And then what happens? It took him, what, 2 years to get another shot? And then they take that, then they try it again. Oh, look, it's the season debut of my baby, Lily. My wiener. Yes, my wiener is licking me. For those of you who are going to take it down that path, fuck you.
Milo, you didn't make your cameo appearance.
Oh, this is my baby. This is my baby. This is my child. Protect my
Hold on, you keep talking. I'll go find my child, and we'll make a pet episode. Hold on.
We might have to. But my point, folks, to you is this. Without Hulk Hogan testifying, pro wrestling dies. And every one of you motherfuckers out there that don't believe me, go watch his goddamn special. And you got the audacity, the fucking nerve to say that bullshit. Okay? Yeah, what Hulk Hogan did was wrong. I will not disagree with that at all. But without him, this genre of entertainment, this sport dies. That's the part a lot of you motherfuckers had got balls to admit.
Milo, say hi to everybody.
Uh-oh, kitty. No, okay, Lily, I love you, but no eat the kitty. Or in this case, no eat the pussy.
You keep your wiener away from my pussy.
I knew that was coming.
Got your ass.
Yeah, like a pony. I'm a pony.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. You can leave now. You got your.
But overall, to the IWC, to every fan, every whoever, read my lips. Oh, Hogan, one thank you, and that's for keeping Vince out of jail in the 90s. And he admitted it even on his deathbed that Vince didn't tell them to take roids. What you all don't like is you got brainwashed by that cocksucker Phil Mushnick. So I want you to tag that son of a bitch, because I got something to say to you, you cocksucker. I hope I live as long as Jim Cornette so I can shit and piss all over your fucking grave, old man. So that I get to say this: pro wrestling outlived your ass and always will, you fuckface, piece of shit, anti-fun, thinks my shit don't stink, twinkle toed, cum bucket, jizz swallowing, anal retentive, tickling the taint, prostate losing, old fart who probably couldn't get pussy today if he was our age or in his 20s, because he has that literal horseshoe that thinks his shit don't stink so far up his ass that he has to be self-righteous. He'd probably be one of these keyboard warriors sitting in his goddamn fucking basement, fondling his own prostate while eating ramen noodles and trying to watch some shred of common decency programming, thinking he would find something that was oh so friendly, when in reality he'd probably sit there watching reruns of The Amazing World of Gumball with the small pea brain part of his head going, who the hell came up with this shit? What am I watching? A guy drew a cartoon out of 5 hits of acid, four snorts of blow, 2 blunts, and a partridge in a pear tree. Who the fuck came up with this? What grinds my gears is the continued tribalism in professional wrestling. It's annoying. So, Vince, I have to say fuck you, Vince McMahon, for that one. You caused that one 25 years ago. But in reality, hey, Eric Bischoff, fuck you too. You started it. Vince just amplified it. So nice going, dumbass. But my point is this, folks. Also, to the IWC, what really grinds my gears the most is you have the balls to think that you're in the know of everything about everything. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. A lot of you dumb fuck t-shirt writers have been lied to. And the boys in the locker room are openly coming out now. Not the other kind of coming out, which is cool with me because I love that community. They know this. But it's not like, hey. It's more like, yo, you want to know what's really happening? And they're admitting they're lying to you. Hi. The Young Bucks have openly admitted recently they have lied about a lot of shit to Dave Meltzer. Members of the WWE main roster in the last 10 years have said they have lied about shit to Dave Meltzer on purpose. On purpose, because they know he'll talk about it and get media talking. They know the game. So, folks, overall, do your fucking research, do your due diligence. Make sure you get the receipts. And guess what? Hi. Use your fucking brain. Okay? And that, in closing, for this week, is what's really grinding down. But Gunner, it's good to say that we are back. This is the season premiere of the Wrestling Asylum. But before we get out of here, now that SummerSlam is come and gone, we got one more big event for the summer. August 30th, London, England. All Elite Wrestling, all in Wembley. And for the main event, Kenny Omega will defend the AEW World Title
Against me.
We wish. Will be against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And trust me, that's going to be a fucking classic. So you're going to want to make sure you check that out. Whether you order it on pay-per-view, HBO Max, or wherever you watch it. Or if you've got my AEW International. So that being said, Gunner, tell the good folks what you got coming up this week.
I got a couple of good shows. Actually, not this week, just the rest of this month. I got what do I got this weekend? I believe I got. I got Proving Ground this weekend. I believe I have another show Friday. I can't remember which one. I got RWA at the end of the month. I got Focus Pro at the end of the month. We got a lot of stuff lined up for the rest of this month, brother. So we are keeping busy, as I said earlier on in the show. Your boy has been on the road a lot since the summer started, and we are loving every second of it.
Well, tell them how to find you.
Well, that's quite simple, buddy. You can find me on Instagram at redneck_Moody24, and you can find me on Facebook at Gunner Moody. Those are the only social medias I have. If you think I am somebody else, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Don't
you
do
may or may
dumbass
not
math.
get robbed for that, in which case that's your fuck up.
That is their fuck up. I'm not asking for money, and I'm not making dumbass comments on social media. So leave me alone. Just follow me. Enjoy the wrestling. Talk wrestling with me. Hell, let's talk about a movie or some shit. I don't give a damn. I ain't talking politics on the internet unless you make me talk about politics on the internet.
Exactly. Well, you all know how to find me. That's Eric37. You know the way it's spelled. I'm on the media platforms. You never know where I'm going to pop up. As you can see, a new look one more time. I told you all, I will always keep you guessing. But this new look, I like it. It fits. So now, again, shout out to my boy Joel Mark for helping with this. Joel, if you see this, love you, brother. Appreciate it. He's probably still sleeping after a late night of work last night. So he may see.
Lucky bastard.
Huh?
That's a lucky bastard.
And that thumb. But overall, you know, folks, again, please stop talking politics in front of mixed company. That includes on the internet. Do your due diligence and do us all a favor. If you don't like it, there's this little gimmick called a remote. Okay? Here's what the fuck you do with it. You look, you put it on mute, and there's this button called a channel button, and you go up and down. Or you could use the streaming buttons on the remote. You can go from Netflix to Paramount to Hulu to Disney Plus. Hell, you could even figure out a way to rig it to get you the Pornhub channel for all you keyboard porno watching keyboard lovers who couldn't get a real woman if their life fucking depended on it. Okay, and lastly, next week, make sure you tune in because you're never going to know what we're going to do. You always are going to get grind our gears for the week, but next week, wrestlers like, I think I know who I want to cover. Thought entered my mind. What better way? Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta. We're talking Rollins, Moxley, Reigns. We're covering the Shield. So,
Oh boy.
Inside Wrestlers Live segment, you're going to get to talk about the Shield because that era has officially ended, and we better get into it before we forget. Because, you know, I'm a little bit older and sometimes got a touch of the sometimers, you know. It's not all timers yet, sometimers. So, you know, I do tend to forget once in a while. But, folks, I got to get going because now that football season is in play, chances are we're going to be kicking off soon. So for that, I say for myself, for Gunner, shout out to Black Hearts Angels yesterday. Ladies, you did a great job. To the Pod Mob men, you already know because your boy was on there for a little bit this past week. But, you know, make sure you like, share, subscribe, stay notified, Telegram, Baby Mama, Google Plus, your sister's ass, what can Brown do for you? Fuck FedEx and all that other good shit. Also, in the interim, don't forget to check out our brand ambassadors. Shout out to W and Swift Energy and Habits and Elkazi Clothing. You'll be glad you did. Go get to the link tree. You know how to find us. You know what to do. Wait a second. Wait. Before we get out of here. You know, Gunner, I forgot to tell you the other day. So, you know, I was at the club and I was kind of having a good time. And
Oh.
I was a little bit inebriated. So with that being said, the Wrestling Asylum Season 9 has begun. What are we going to talk about next week? You got to be here to find out. But for myself, for Gunner, it's been fun. It's been real.
Hey, Clavis, wake up. The show's over. Oh, yeah.
Wow.